always say don't talk race, religion, and politics. Shit. At Circle 7 Media, we talk race, religion, and politics. Affairs of Men. It's the CNN of hip-hop, where we talk politics, news, and all things that are relevant to young black hip-hop America. Battle Rap 7, where is the post-game talk show on Caffeine, where you can call in and discuss the rap battle you just seen. Both shows air exclusively on Caffeine at 7 p.m. every night. That's every night, Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for calling Circle 7 Media. What's your name and where you from?
I'm gonna tell you some shit, it's lonely than a motherfucker in there. And when life goes on, your family dying, but don't bring the dumb shit in the game trying to prove that you're a fucking real nigga. And while you proving that you're a real nigga, you gonna finesse yourself out of position and out of opportunity that can change your family and generations in your family life. Y'all getting money that niggas never got, thug. But don't wait until it's too late and you got that phone, that burner phone, and you on the Instagram, and I done told you how your life gonna go.
And they're going.
And now you got 60 fucking years. Your brother know what time it is.
Number 9, on January the 10th, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., defendant and other YSL associates gathered at the home of Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, who gave defendant and other YSL associates cash money to lay low. Number 10, defendant has personal knowledge that on January 10, 2015, after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., YSL associates traveled to Miami, Florida with co-defendant and YSL founder Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug. Number 11, defendant did not murder Donovan Thomas Jr. and was not a party to the crime.
Yo, what up, man? Chris, somebody checking back in, man. Back with a blog, man. Make sure that like button, that subscribe button, anyway, and I appreciate all the support, man. Happy holidays to everybody, man. Hope you had a good Christmas. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of cold weather around the United States in the past few days, man. I hope everybody is well. I see what's going on in Buffalo. 23 inches of snow ain't no joke. 23 inches of snow ain't no joke. So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all are traveling safe, man, and getting home to your families, man, at the end of the day, and able to experience a new year coming up of 2023. I've been getting a lot of messages to talk about the Gunna and Young Thug and all this kind of stuff. You know, I spoke about it earlier, and a lot of things I said, man, is basically coming to fruition. I told you that, you know, don't be surprised if they lock all of these people up and they start giving them plea deals and people just start flipping and telling. That's what a lot of the RICO cases are, is they lock all these people up and, you know, none of them really got bond. They was pretty much just stuck in jail until trial. And you wasn't going to ever take all of them to trial in the first place. You probably didn't even have enough evidence to get a jury to even convict half of them because you just don't know enough. So what you're hoping is like, we're really aiming for the big fish. And the big fish is Young Thug. At the end of the day, they feel like he has the power and the money to finance all the criminal activity that's going around within this YSL game. So when I heard that, I was like, yo, this DA isn't playing, man. I told you the district attorney who took over this case is new to office. I think she's only been in office like a year. And one of the first things she hopped on was all of this gang activity in Atlanta. And she's done so many interviews to where it's almost like she can't even afford to allow them to walk. Or allow people to walk. It's almost like her reputation is on the line to make an arrest, you know what I'm saying, and a conviction, because she done got on interviews talking about, we're not going to allow this in Atlanta. If you engage, you might as well leave Atlanta. You do this. We taking this person down and that person down. We put on the pressure. You're going to learn this. Don't come to Atlanta and do no games. And then to find out that no one got convicted, like that's a slap in the face. So this is how people get reelected. They have big cases. They win big cases. The public look at them as like a great district attorney and they vote them in over and over and over again. People make their bread and butter off major cases. And this is a major case in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So she's definitely she let everybody out but Thug almost. That's kind of like where it's going at. You know what I'm saying? Like we are focusing on the head honcho, and we don't want to give him a deal, but we'll get everybody else a deal. So it's looking bad, bro. I mean, if everybody gonna flip and tell on you, then it's gonna be hard for you to win. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna bring up the YFM Lucci, you know, like little hit in jail. They're gonna bring up other stuff, and you know, he got caught with guns in the car, and it's just a lot, bro. And all it takes is for one person to be like, yo, he ordered the hit or whatever, and that could potentially be coming. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a bad look for him. And it's crazy what's going on with the rappers as far as like Tory Lanez and Thug, and the list go on. Even the deaths that we had in rap is kind of crazy. But as far as Gunna, yeah, Gunna pretty much is snitching. There ain't no way around that. Like what he said in court was wild. Like I'll be surprised if he ain't just up and moved somewhere where people don't even know where he at, because the stuff he said, it's like, bro, you really threw Thug under the bus with what you said, as far as like, you know, basically saying that YSL is a gang, and basically saying that yeah, it was only you and Thug in the car, but the drugs weren't yours. It's like, if they ain't yours, then who are they? You know what I'm saying? So, but he got free. He got free in it.
What happened to all you niggas going to trial like y'all rap about in them songs, and we go tell it's so, that boy King Slime got a song where he say we go to trial and tell the judge something. They played that in court. What happened? Homie, these niggas, think about this. These niggas is this heartless. They'll come shoot up your block and come back again. They say, we'll spin again. They'll come spin again when you raise up and all the glass on the floor and you think, Mama, y'all all right? Kevin, you all right? Say, look out with us. But by the time you raise up and ask everybody all right, they coming back again, shooting again. Now, they get down there with the white man and they saying, yes, sir. No, sir.
And I try to tell y'all, man, you know, one thing, I'm not a street dude, but I saw a lot in 25 months in jail. That's exactly how long I was in jail, was 25 months. I saw a lot, bro. Like I could almost write a book on the stuff I saw, the fights I saw. That's why it's so easy for me to speak on it, because I didn't necessarily go through it, but I felt like it was right next door to me. I lived it like every single day. And that's how I know that a lot of people in jail are flipping and telling to go home. There was a video going around of one of the YSL members talking to like his baby mom, and she talking about just come home. So
yeah, but that way you just need to cooperate and do what you got to do to get on the body, because you have a son.
This is what's going on. I try to tell you that when you get locked up, the only people that come to see you is your mom and your baby mom and your child. And when you sit there at a video visit and your baby mom and your child is the only one right here, it really gets you. And they just saying, yo, just do the right thing and come home. Just do the right thing and come home. And I don't think a lot of y'all understand, like jail breaks you, man.
If they keep young Thug ass locked up 6 more months in the conditions he in, he'll tell to get out of jail too. I'm always willing to bet with any rapper. They keep him 6 more months locked up in them conditions like that there, he'll tell to get out of jail too. He about ready to break. You can hear it in his voice. You don't never see the Italian gangsters doing no shit like that. Calling home, singing and making songs. Yeah, rapping for the free world. Yeah, nigga ain't getting $9. This multi-millionaire nigga done gave us a free rap. Boy, normally we couldn't have got that. That's why I recommend jail, I'm telling you. That's why I recommend it. He doing shit he ain't never done before. He raps sober. And listen how he sound rapping sober. He sounds so good. He wasn't hurt nobody or none of that. He gave reference to the Lord. He even talked about being a father, spending time with his daughter. See how jail do a nigga's ass? It sober you up, and you come with good raps, good positive raps. Matter of fact, them were Disney raps. Yeah, that was a Disney rap.
It literally breaks you. Unless you are mentally strong or something, it breaks you. You know, I'm not going to sit up here and act like some tough guy. It was breaking me, bro. Like, it was breaking me, and I had money, support, everything, but I was sitting myself sometimes like, man, when is this joint just going to be over with, man? Like, when am I going to court? When am I going to trial? When am I getting this stuff? Like, that's what I used to be thinking about, like, all the time. So it breaks you, and I think it strategically drags you out. like purposely to try to force you into some type of plea. And when I tell you, like, the conditions are so bad, so when you're in jail, it's where you go before you actually go to prison. I said this before. Because prison is your end spot, there's a lot you can do there. You can be more free. They build these prisons way out in town, like in rural areas. You're more free. You can go to work around the yard. You can play basketball, football, lift weights, do it. You got a lot less because you're there every day. And a lot of people are there for like 10, 15, 20 years, 5 years, life in prison. It's like you got a lot of freedom just within that compound. It's like a big old, prisons is probably like the size of like maybe like 2 Walmarts or something. It's like a big old compound, and you have access to that compound, and you can, you can be free with other inmates. In jail, you have times that you're out. You're in your cell most of the time, and you're out for like 8 to 11 a.m. And then you come back out from like 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Or you're out from like 9 to noon. And then you come out again from like 6 p.m. to like 6 p.m. to like 9:30 p.m. or something. Those are the times you're out. Jail breaks you, bro. Like, when I tell you it breaks you, like, when you first go to jail, like, they give you like 2 pair of underwear. They give you 2 pair of underwear. How many days of the week is it? 7 days in a week. They give you 2 pair of underwear, 2 t-shirts, 2 socks, 2 uniforms. But it's 7 days in a week. So you got to make all of that last. Obviously, they do laundry like twice a week, but a lot of that is like hand washing your own underwear just so you can rewear them again. Because sometimes you go and you play basketball. Sometimes you have like rec where you go out and play basketball. You're going to sweat through all that stuff, but you might be sweating on a non-laundry day. So in order to wear it again, you got to wash it, but that requires soap. They only give you like small little bars of like hotel soap, bro. Like the damn near like the size of a business card, like hotel soap, like the size of a business, and it's thin. That's what you got to use to wipe your body. And so imagine you trying to actually wash clothes with it too, like wash off clothes so you can hang them up and wear them again. That is what they give you, only a couple bars a week, bro. Like a couple bars. All that other stuff, other shirts, other underwear, other lotion, other soap, all that stuff you have to buy off of commissary, and it's not cheap. It's definitely not cheap to somebody that don't have money. You know what I'm saying? Soap might be $3.50 a bar. This is like way before the pandemic hit. Everything is like, inflation is super high now. A t-shirt might be about $8.50, something like that. This is what you got to deal with. Then wintertime, it's cold right now. They ain't got the heat on in the jail. Bro, they do not have their heat on in that jail. You know what I'm saying? They might cut the heat on in like January, but these end of Novembers and all of these summer, they have you cold as hell in jail. So what you got to do? You got to buy Long Johns. A lot of people buy Long Johns. That stuff costs money, bro. A pack of Long John, a set might cost you $16 on commissary. Where are you getting this money from if you don't have no money? Most people in jail have no money. They might have been getting money on the street. They might have been hustling. They don't have no money now. So a lot of people be struggling, man, and that's why they make the conditions really, really hard. I don't be joking when I tell you that they give you 1,100 calories, like at lunch or whatever. They give you like 1,100 calories sometimes for a meal. And I do not be joking. And they give you stuff that kind of spreads, like rice, it spreads, and like potatoes and stuff like that. Bro, they give you a little bitty patty, like a soy patty. It ain't even beef. It's small as hell. You know what I'm saying? Give you a little bit of rice, no seasoning, no gravy. Nothing. No seasoning, bro. No gravy. Give you some rice, and they might give you like a little bit of green beans. And that's your food. That's it. So, a lot of people just go in there and they start losing weight. When you see people go to jail and actually gain weight, it's because they got commissary. It's because they in there, they eating commissary, they eating all them honey buns and soups with all that sodium and salt, and it's just spreading, and you're not working out. You don't have a lot of movement. And it's so bad, man, that, the phone calls are like 18 cents a minute. But, it's bad, bro. If you don't have no money, you just be struggling. It's people that literally will give you their food tray for a phone call. They barely eat already. They give you a little bit of breakfast, a little bit of lunch, and they give you like a couple sandwiches at night. And they give them to you early as hell. They give them to you like at 6:30 or something. So the rest of the night, if you hungry at 1 o'clock in the morning and can't sleep, then you just struggling. It's people that'll give you your whole lunch tray for a phone call. One phone call just to talk to their mom. That's how bad it is in jail. They give you their food away just to talk. So if you don't have commissary, you don't have the ability to get on the phone, you don't have people visiting you, you lose a lot of hope. You just lose a lot of hope. You know what I'm saying? Every day you seeing a lot of stories that aren't successful. You're seeing people go to prison, you're seeing people go to jail, you're seeing people lose trial, you're seeing that there are success stories where people going home. It ain't enough of them. It ain't enough of them for you to continue to keep your hope. So when you look at like Thug got money. He's doing well in jail, as well as he could be. I mean, he's still in jail, but he is, I think, what is he, a blood or something? So he got people around there looking out for him, and he's also a celebrity. So he got people around there looking out for him. You know, it's still, people still in awe of you when you be locked up. So, you know, you got that working for you. You got money. So you got unlimited commissary and unlimited phone calls. That kind of buys you a lot. Bro, you could literally get somebody beat up for a phone call. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody could want to use a phone call and be like, yo, go beat so-and-so up for me. They'll beat them up and then give you a phone call. You can put hits out on just a honey bun, can put a hit out on you. I mean, I got 2 honey buns, man. You go over there and eat this dude. Meaning that he a plate, meaning that you want to beat him up. 2 honey buns that were $1.15 a piece on the commissary for $2.30. You got your ass beat. That's just how people struggle in jail. When you add the living conditions, the lack of food, the heat, and the disrespect from the officers, really literally treating you like animals and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have TV, things don't want to give you the remote. You know what I'm saying? You run out of batteries. It take you two weeks to get new batteries. Like, they really be treating you bad up in there. I'm not going to front. So, you know, it breaks you, man. It drags your case out. It breaks you. Imagine all the people that had to sit in jail due to the pandemic. For like 1.5 years, there was no court. Or a year, there was no court. And they just sitting in there waiting on their case to kind of proceed. They just sitting, but they spending their time in jail. It's not moving. There's no court. They don't know when court is. You know how hard it is to sit in jail and don't know when the courts are going to open? You just sitting in there. That's very hard, man. It's very hard. That's why I don't really joke about it. I saw people making a whole bunch of jokes about Tory Lane going to jail and all this kind of stuff. It just don't be funny to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I just didn't grew the hell up or whatever. It just do not be funny to me. When you go through stuff, it don't be funny anyway. But so I'm not surprised, because a lot of the lower YSL people, they ain't living like Thug. They may not have no commissary. They may not have this. They may not have that. They don't have that. So at the end of the day, when they get locked up, they still part of the game, but they like, man, what is Thug doing for me now? And then it be so deep, bro. You can see somebody in medical, and that nigga could be gaining weight. You be like, man, when I saw you on the street, you was smaller. Them niggas know you eating. They know you eating soups, honey buns. You gaining weight and they losing weight. Look what kind of animosity that causes you. You'll be surprised how much people that even have money have issues in jail, man. You can have some money, but you can have it in a bank account with your name on it and your name only. They can have your wallet and property because they arrested you with your wallet. You got it in property. How would you get someone from your family to even get access to your money? So you could be calling your family like, man, I need about $200 or $300 to put on my commissary. All your money is in the bank and you the only one that got access to it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes even that's the problem. It was crazy, bro. It was like people in jail with money in the bank, but they don't have the ability for their family to have access to it. You can't go to the bank and be like, yo, I'm so-and-so's sister. I need to get his money. It don't work like that. You got to go like a big legal route, man. You got to go get a power of attorney. You got to bring it to the jail. You got to get him to sign it. And then he can, all that, get it notarized, and then you can have access to his account. Like, it's a lot just to even sometimes have access to even your own money. That stuff people don't even think about is, I got all this money in the bank. How can I get my own money if I'm locked up? And that's another big issue in jail. There was people that I met in jail that had $500 bonds, but because they didn't have access to their money, they couldn't even get people in their family to go into their bank account to get $500 out to bond them out. Crazy, bro. It is crazy. When I tell you jail is really bad, man. It's definitely designed to break you, man. There's like so many pitfalls, there's so many loopholes they make you go through with so many different, bad conditions that you live in. In the summertime, there's AC not working. Wintertime, the heat not working. It's a lot of things that you kind of take for granted. You go in your house right now, you just turn the air on. You know what I'm saying? You go outside, turn the AC on. It's a lot you take for granted. And when you have no heat, no air, a little thin blanket, you know what I'm saying? That's all they give you, bro. They give you like a fitted sheet, a regular sheet, and a thin blanket. You know what I'm saying? And this is how you get through your winter if you don't have no money. If you can't buy Long Johns and stuff like that, this is how you get through your winter in like a thin blanket. People be freezing in this jail. They literally be freezing, man. And don't even let me get started on the medical. The medical is bad too. First of all, they charge you to go to medical. Like they'll basically run your account up. So they're going to send you to medical, but then you're going to get a bit, not a bill, but they're going to be keeping a tab of the times you went to medical. And it's just, the care isn't good. You're not a priority. You know what I'm saying? If you got any dental issues, they just pull your tooth. They don't fix it. There ain't no fix. There ain't no filling. Ain't no cavities. Ain't no braces. Ain't no nothing. Oh, your teeth hurt? Oh, let me get that. Let me get that tooth up out of you. That's their medical care. It's bad, bro. So am I surprised Gunna and took a plea deal and Thug's brother took a plea deal? No, these dudes went from driving six-figure vehicles to living in a box. This is their new life right now. You know what I'm saying? These dudes went to like having stacks and racks of money to having nothing. That's what jail do, man. It completely breaks your lifestyle. A lot of y'all can't even imagine yourself without a phone. For 25 months, I had no phone, bro. No phone. I don't know, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, nothing. A lot of y'all feel like y'all can't go nowhere without your phone right now. I was 25 months without a phone. It literally strips you of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like everything. I got a crib with 4 or 5 TVs in it, man. Big TV. I'm talking about 70-inch joints, 60, 65-inch joints to a 19-inch TV where I'm fighting with other inmates over the remote. So am I surprised that they're telling or they took plea deals or they're gonna tell? No, that's what jail does. It breaks you. You know what I'm saying? It tests your loyalty and it definitely breaks you. And that's how people can get out of like the loyalty of the whole gang. And that's why people flip and tell and come home. I'm not surprised at all because at the end of the day, a lot of these people got kids, a lot of these people got families. And no matter how much you're in the gang, it don't really outweigh your mom. Your mom go to a video visit and tell you she want her son to come home. You can be trying to do your best to bring your butt home. So I'm not surprised. And this is just more of what we are going to see moving forward, man. And I think Thug is just going to get burnt, bro. He gonna get burnt. He going to get burnt bad. I'm not going to lie. This DA trying to make an example out of it. I don't even feel like she in a position to even lose this case now. So somebody is going to flip and tell, and it'll be enough to at least put him in bars at least a decent amount of time. I don't know if about no 20 years or no life. I don't even really know how much time he's facing, but it'll be something significant where his recording career is over for the time being. Like, it's a lot of crimes that they trying to pin on him. If they can find a way to pin stuff on him by saying he was the guy that orchestrated it, or he was the guy that financed it, like he purchased guns, he purchased rental cars for people. I'm hearing all kind of stories. If people actually go on that stand and say that, you're going to get burnt, man. And it's bad when you're in the gang because they paint this picture of you being a menace. That's why RICO cases are bad. RICO case, a gun charge by a convicted felon, and having a co-defendant are 3 of the worst things to have in jail. 1, you don't want a co-defendant. 2, you don't want a charge of a gun, unlawful gun by a convicted felon. That's a charge you ain't gonna be able to beat. And you don't want to be on a RICO. They always paint a narrative of gang members as being like threatening the community and killing people. They paint that to an average middle class juror. They use the word gang. Gang is scary to a lot of people, man. When they think of gang, they think of people like beating, shooting, raping, doing all kind of stuff to people, terrorizing people. They paint that narrative to people like a regular Caucasian 35-year-old tech guy that's happened to be a juror. This ain't his lifestyle. They paint that narrative of him, and that is hard. It's they make it seem like it's so fearful for you to be able to be back on the street. That's why I said, Young Thug go to trial, bro. Like, no way he gonna win, bro. Not if people telling us, just no way he's gonna win. So, now I'm not surprised. I think most people in 85% of the people, man. I did that blog. There's a little bit of Adi Boom and everybody. It's a little bit of me being facetious and being funny. But what I was basically trying to say is like 85% of the people is in jail saving themselves. 85% of the people is trying to do what's best to save themselves. Chris, bias. Man, subscribe to the channel, man. Don't be a hater your whole life. Chris, bias.